My name is Nix Marikuma. I am the owner of Marikuma Healing, where we heal our mind, body, soul, and heart. We learn how to take care of our mental health. We learn how to express ourselves in a healthy and emotional way. We learn how to listen to our bodies when we need to rest, when we need to work, and how not to overdo it. We also learn about spiritual growth, shadow work, and much more. I do a lot of like counseling and self help videos. So there's going to be videos about healing, how to handle toxic and abusive relationships, whether it be childhood trauma, partnership and relationships and family, friends or situations, as well as teenage trauma and adult trauma and how to go over there and navigate that and build ourselves up. I talk about mental, emotional, and physical disabilities. One of the disabilities that I talk greatly about on my business is glaucoma, which is an eye disease I suffer with. I suffer with personally. I was gonna say purposely. Yeah, we all just go over there and give ourselves the disease, right? Nah. I was born with it. I've had it for like 28, 27 years. I'm 30 now. I've learned how to navigate through it. And I help you guys have tips and tricks how the surgeries work, treatments, different types of glaucoma and how to go about it, where to get SSD, Social Security Disability, how to get information for our guide dog, as well as emotional support animals, and much, much more. We do talk about depression and anxiety and anger management and things of that nature, as well as overthinking and how to control our negative thoughts, right? And how to understand that our disability, whether it be mental, emotional, or physical, does not go over there and dictate the fact that we can live our lives. We may not be able to have it all, but that doesn't mean that we can't get it. You know what I mean? Like your disability is not an excuse for you not to have your life and live it to the way that you like, because it doesn't control you and it shouldn't make you feel like it does. That being said, I also do card readings. So, like tarot and oracle decks, right? Yeah, like that, but with the flip, I use playing cards instead of tarot cards because playing cards is what I have on hand. I do palm readings. I read personalities on your hands. So the lines on your palms tell me about your personality and things of that nature. It is a fun thing to do, and if you're interested in getting one, my prices for my stuff is in the description of these videos. Now, as well as doing card readings and palm readings, I offer counseling and advice. I have counseled a lot of people. Well, my business has been running for almost 2 years. We are going to be celebrating our 2 year anniversary on January 8th of 2026, baby, as well as celebrating our year on YouTube. Can you imagine? We started this last year on December 20th, and now we're bringing it on home. Hopefully, more years to come. Thank you guys so much for 71 subscribers. Hopefully, more to follow and to subscribe. I have a lot of videos that I don't normally do on my main accounts like YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, right? Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. They do have the videos I post here, but also there are different videos that I post on YouTube and I don't post anywhere else. Like, for example, the year readings, right? They're on my lives, they're available for everyone. Believe and receive, we shall be doing the Spanish versions of them very soon once I get the English ones out of the way. All right. Um, that's right. I do English and Spanish videos. I'm going to be building a lot more of my Spanish videos, as well as we do witchcraft, like we do magic for protection, money. Next year in 2026, we're working on self love and how to attract healing and emotions and how to get healthy relationships and things of that nature, as well as much, much more. So if you're interested in witchcraft, loving yourself, embracing each other, lifting one another as well as lifting yourself up, join the team. The Marikuma Healing family is for all. All right, now that being said and done and the introductions out of the way, I think I really have really bad allergies, so I'm so sorry. I'm gonna sound like I'm fucking crying, but I'm not. It's just like my nose is fucking running. Anyways, we are doing our Aquarius baby. We just did Libra and we finished Gemini yesterday. So, hi Aquarius, how are you guys doing? Whether you are born underneath the sign, whether you have it in your birth charts, whether you have an Aquarius spirit, right? Or you know somebody who just happens to be a part of the team for Aquarius, this is going to be for you. Since it's a general, hopefully it resonates with a lot of you guys and gives you guys clarity what next year is going to bring up. And to save us all from side noise, I have like ADHD. I get slightly distracted. So yeah. I get slightly distracted. Different ADHD affect people in different ways. So anyways, yeah. So let's talk about 2025. What was 2025 for you guys? Like what was all that about, right? What was 2025's main theme for my Aquarius baby? Loss of opportunity. So you guys have been getting rid of old opportunity this year to make room for new things on the way. Okay. Things that are not working for you, are not meant for you to have been removed or being removed, or it's leading to that, right? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that was pretty damn fly. It popped up, hit my hair, came into my hands. Okay, so career is all about nightmare, worry, problem, and guilt. I feel like job wise, you guys are going to be learning how to manage your stress and worries a lot better. For finance, emotional detachment and choices. So, whatever is causing you to stress out work wise, we're going to learn how to kick that out. And for finance, like we did with Libra, I'm going to say it's really funny, right? It's really funny that the air babies have been having emotional detachment. The fire babies had everything about like healing, right? Letting go. And the earth babies are all about like healing, but also going after things that they want. Y'all have to learn, like so far, 2 times, because I've done the air babies twice. Y'all are the last air babies. Y'all are like Libra. Y'all gonna be emotionally detaching from things that don't make sense and focusing on how to build your finance up. Okay. Whatever's been stressing you career wise, work on it. And this is like a really hard thing because I have to tell myself this from time to time. What do you have power on? Okay. There's some things I have power on. I can do. There's some things I can't do. I don't have the power. And whatever I can't do, I try to give it to the higher power, right? I'm the person that kind of believes in the universe and meditating in moonlight and talking to the sun and all that jazz, right? I'm one of those people. So, work on your stress for work, okay? Make sure that you manage that better so that way it's not killing you and taking you out. Y'all are too young and beautiful to be going out because of work stress. If you need to detach from some people or some things or a situation that is taking a lot of your money, do so. Make sure that you make choices that are financially like stable and good for you, and also don't overdo it. All right. Okay, you know what? What is your love like? Okay. Empathy and turning inward. Why are you guys blocking out your emotions? That's really wild. So this year's been all about losing opportunities, which makes room for new things on the way. You guys may have gone through a shift and kind of felt like things are just changing and shaking in front of you and that like you don't have the control. And it could be kind of scary, but that just means that it's getting removed. Things that are not meant for you to have or do is getting removed. Because next year, which is 2026, has bigger and better things. Now, in order to get those bigger and better things, there's some things you got to do to get it. You know what I mean? Like you gotta work for what you want, but at the same time, you gotta understand why you working. Like, why am I out here doing all this jazz and what is it for? Like, I get if I had to do something for a reason, but you telling me that I have to go over there and get rid of all the old shit, try to make room for new shit, and new shit that I don't know what's on the way. Okay. Not only am I getting new things on the way, I need to work on my work stress. I need to make sure that I'm detaching from situations that are draining me emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because your emotions tap into your mind, and your mind and emotions tap into the body, and the body and the mind and the heart tap into the spirit. So when I'm having a bad mental day, believe and receive, baby, it's affecting my emotional well being as well. Because I'm here trying to fight my thoughts, and my thoughts are like, you know what? You really ain't shit. You could have done this. You should have done this. This is all your fault. And I'm like, first off, cool yourself. Secondly, fuck you, negative thoughts. Okay, I'm doing what I can and I'm trying my best. And at the end of the day, that's all I would ask anybody. Try your best, baby. You're not supposed to be perfect. This is coming from a Virgo. We're the masters of perfection. We have such high standards that our high standards have high standards. I don't even think, I think our high standards surpass heaven. That's how high it is. So, when I look at you guys in these lives and these videos that I make and I say, baby, I hold your hands, right? Make my little tongue click thing. But silliness aside, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to try your best. And as long as you're trying your best and doing what you can, have at it. Some things are not meant for you to have. Some situations are out of your control. Some things you cannot do. You're just going to have to give it to your higher self. You're going to have to ask for help. You're going to have to let it be. Is those things easy to do? No. But is it a necessary thing to do? Yes. Because you won't stress yourself out about things that you have no power in. Believe and receive. I have killed myself many times trying to get everything the way that I need it, trying to push things that were not meant for me to get my ass grasped, right? And handed to me like, yo, you wasted all this time on something I told you repeatedly not to do. What did I end up doing? I did it anyways. Did I learn my lesson after a few 200 times? Yeah. After 200 times, I learned it. I didn't say I got it the first time or the first 10 times because I'm stubborn, but I got it eventually. You know what I mean? Okay. And for love, when it comes to relationships, okay? Especially when it comes to love relationships, take your time. A lot of people will make you feel like you have to rush into relationships and you have to get married and you have to have kids. Like, right? You have to have kids by the time you're 20. You need to get married by the time you're 21, right? So you have, by the time you're 21 or 22, you get married. Then you have kids because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pop and squat, do the devil's tango, get them kids in, get them kids out, raise those kids. Then by your 30s, you're supposed to go over there and do these things. Last time I checked is my life. Okay, and last time I checked, you have your life, right? Right. I'm coming with something on this. Hold on. I'm gonna be sassy, but I'm gonna do it with some flair, baby. It's some flair. Some things don't add up. All right. You know what? I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna put it like that. I'm gonna let the cards be. Y'all don't know. I think if you guys are like used to my videos, then you guys already know that I'm a bit of a nitpicker when it comes to my card readings. I can be a bit picky, okay? I try not to, but I'm guilty. Now, that being said, for y'all's is coming in flowing free. Relationships are not easy. Let nobody tell you you're going to find the perfect woman. You gonna find the perfect man. You gonna find the perfect person. They gonna come from heaven, and the angels are gonna sing they're gonna sing glory, hallelujah, and they're gonna ascend from heaven down to earth. That's not gonna happen. Everybody got their flaws. I have my imperfections, you have yours, right? Now, speaking of living your life, that's what it is. My relationship is going to be my choice because I like all people, okay? And as long as their heart is right, I really don't care. I don't care about the religion, and I don't care about the skin color, and I don't care about the nationality and the sexuality or whatever. Okay, like if you have a good heart and we're clicking, and I have that bond and connection, and I feel like I can trust you, welcome. If you feel the same way, awesome sauce, let's get into it. Let's become one, right? I'm a ruby looking for a sapphire, as well as a sapphire looking for a ruby. Hopefully the relationship will be a garnet. If you watch Steven Universe, you'll get the references. If not, that's okay. My point is that you shouldn't have to go over there and be in a relationship that you feel like you have to shut down, not feel, have any emotion towards, or be with somebody that doesn't give you any feelings. Relationships are going to be hard, and y'all are going to have to work together with one another. Your hardship has to be worked with that person that you're in a relationship with. And your relationship with this person, you're going to have to go over there and be supportive in the hard times. Y'all are going to have to be each other's partners, equals. You lift each other up. You give what y'all can have, and you make it happen, right? We're going to get into that more when we get into why you having empathy, because empathy is a defense mechanism at the end of the day. When your body's overwhelmed and situations are getting too much and you just feel like numb, hollow, empty, you have shut down, gotten to the passenger seat, and let your body do automatic. All right. That means you're going on the day and you're like, oh, it's a little bit whatever. And I kind of feel empty, but it's not that bad. Yeah. Your body's defending you by system shutdown to make sure that you can take care of your problems one at a time without being overwhelmed. However, it is a sign of mental and emotional disability and health issues. How do I know this? Because I have empathy. And I struggled with this shit for like 15, 16 years. I tried the medications when I was younger. It fucked me in my ass. It didn't work. I got older and eventually I got like one of my family members to go to the doctor with me because I was really scared. I was like, if I tell this person that I have no feelings one moment, I have feelings the next moment, because I didn't understand empathy until I started going and doing witchcraft. Okay. That's when I started learning about like empathy and healing and emotional, like, expressions and things of that nature. For the most part, I just thought I was a crazy person. I was like, how can I be so loving and kind? And yet I have no feelings towards myself. Like, aren't I supposed to love myself like I'm supposed to love others? What the fuck is going on? You're okay. You're not crazy. You're just tired, overwhelmed, and burnt out. Go to the doctor, get a counselor. You're okay. Get help. I know it's scary at first, but believe and receive. Everybody has their problems, and it doesn't mean that you're any less of a person just because you're struggling with empathy. It just means life been hitting you too hard and you've been taking it too long, and you need something to help you. You don't have to take medicine. I do. It helps me with my depression and anxiety, but I also do meditation. I also go outside and ground myself with nature. I talk to the moon sometimes. I pray. Occasionally I do a little spiritual cleansing and a spiritual bath, and I feel good. I have a cup of wine and I'm doing it okay, right? Go to them. You can do holistic practitioners, you can do herbs. I used to do lavender, mullein, vervain, chamomile, and caradal. There's herbs and plants and things that will help you with the stress as well as to help you lift your moods. Lemongrass is one of them that I also use. Like I use all, like I sometimes use holistic practice as well as like medicine and things. So it's okay. You shouldn't be in a relationship where you don't feel like you're being loved and accepted, because when you're going through your hard times, that's exactly when you need your partner to be your ride and die baby. You deserve that. And the relationship is overwhelming to where it's getting you to that point. Maybe you should look and see if the relationship is meant to be, because sometimes we love people but we can't be with them. It looks good in paper, but it's not good in reality. It's okay. You're going to find the right one eventually. Just maybe it takes a little bit more time. Or your partner doesn't know that you're struggling and they want to help you, but they don't know how. Communication is also very important. All right. So, for family, right? Aquarius, you're going to be seeing your family in a lot more clearer light. You're going to see things for what they are and what they're going to be. You are not going to go over there and see it for what you want it to be, okay? With new insight and realization, what it is this, all right? I pray that YouTube doesn't cancel my ass. As you guys know, who you've been with me for a longest time, I use jars and empty bottles and things for charms, right? So, we're gonna be cute. We're gonna be cute. So, as you guys know, I'm 30. For my birthday and like special holidays, I love Warji. This used to be a Warji bottle. I had it like last year for my birthday, and I used it as a charm for protection. Okay, I put it on my thing. It has rosemary, mint, obsidian, some salt, clear water, right? And it's still holding in. This was a bottle. This is now a charm. You can see it as a bottle and you can see it as trash, or you can see what it can become. This is my example for new insight and realization. You see for what it is, you see what it can become, and you see what it will be. This will most likely be passed down to my children and their children's children, and so forth and so on, right? Like this will be like, oh, this used to be your your great great grandmother's charm for protection. Now it's yours. Use the protection wisely, right? Think of your grandmother. But it'll be passed down, and that's what I hope to do. But like I was saying, just because something is a certain way doesn't mean that it can't be something else. But it also means that you have to see it clearly. Because sometimes we want people, situations, and things to be a certain way. We want them to be this type of person that is, kind and loving. We want them to be honest. We want them to be okay. We want things to be the way that it used to be. And it doesn't always work that way. It could also be you wanting it to become something. You want this to go over there and become that way instead of what it is. People are who they are. And if they don't decide to change, they will not change. And it is not your job to carry everybody's things and make it. You know what I mean? Do what you can, work on what you have, and try your best. See situations, people, and things as they are, what they can become and what they will be, not what you want them to be. That is hard. That is hard, baby. Because I feel like I know that I'm guilty of doing this to some people. Okay, I give advice out of experience because God knows I've done it all. I was in a relationship. I saw what I wanted to see. I talked the relationship into getting what I thought I saw and had to come to a very harsh reality that it wasn't what I saw. It wasn't what I wanted. Now, spiritually, oh no, we're going to go to your friends and then we're going to go to your spiritual. You guys have some anger that you may need to learn to let go of, as well as not be angry at yourself. Okay? Out of all things I'm going to tell you to forgive, yourself is the only person I'm going to tell you to forgive. Now, you can choose to forgive others if their action no longer harms you. Okay? All right. For your friend outlook, it's all about endurance, diligence, and strength time, energy, and effort. Make sure you're using your time, energy, and effort wisely, as well as you're with people who give you time, energy, and effort back. Because I know that when you guys give, sometimes you don't always receive what you're giving out. You deserve just as much attention and time that you're putting in. You feel me? So when it comes to endurance, yes, it is important to keep on going and trying your best and working on the goal. But don't waste your time with things that are not meant for you. Don't waste your time with people who have proven time in and time out that they are not reliable, that they do not deserve your effort, time, and energy. Because at the end of the day, you have to put yourself first. You're worthy of it. If they don't get it, they don't see it, that's their own damn fault, not yours. Okay? Diligence, being precise and being constant. And strength, right? Strength doesn't have to be physical. A lot of people think that when you say you're strong, they think, okay, well, they're mentally strong and they're physically strong. But there's emotional strength and spiritual strength. Mental strength is that I think things through before I act. I don't always let my thoughts control my action. I think about it, I analyze it, and I go for the right approach. I know how to work my body without using it too much of it and bearing myself out, as well as I know how to listen to my body. That is also physical strength, right? Now, emotional strength. That doesn't mean you don't feel. It means that you do have emotions and you feel them, but you don't let your emotions control you. Like, for example, sometimes I'm really angry and upset and I'm sad. But instead of going over there, breaking down and crying, I go over there and be like, okay, well, where's this emotion coming from? It's coming from this, that, and the third. Okay. What can we do? Well, I can go over there and do this. What can we not do? I cannot do this. And this is where the frustration comes from. Okay, well, what are you going to do if you can't do it on your own? Can you ask for help? Can you give it to the higher power, right? I talk to myself. Now, I know a lot of people going to hear that and be like, oh, don't you think talking to yourself is a little weird? Listen, at the end of the day, who are you with more? You're with yourself, right? I'm with me 24/7, 365. If me being with myself is not a good place, that's a problem. So learning to talk to yourself and be nice to yourself and give yourself the goddamn kudos and grace is good. I learned to not be so much of a critic because there's nobody harder on me than me. I have such high expectations for myself that I know that it's impossible to reach, but I still try to strive for it sometimes. And I forget, like, okay, there's 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 things that you are capable of doing, sweet cheeks. There's some things you're not capable of doing. You feel me? Like, cut it down. Let's keep it in the realistic area because this is kind of like Super Saiyan Goku level, and we're not at that level. We can't obtain the God mode of that. All right? Nah, nah, no. I know better. I feel otherwise, and that's where you need emotional strength. Okay, when your mind is telling you to do some bullshit, and your heart is saying we can't do that, that's where you need to talk to yourself nicely. That way, you have a way to convince your mind to listen to your heart. Because sometimes the mind thinks they know better. And I think it's just between ego and emotion kind of thing, which is a different field, I guess. And I'm not going to even talk about it because that'll take too damn long. We will have a video on it though. So stay tuned for that in the future, right? Anyways, having spiritual strength, right? Spiritual strength is that I protect my peace of mind and I know my worth. And if something is draining me, is been exhausted and toxic, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to press go. I'm not going to collect the 500. I know my worth and I'm not going to deal with bullshit. Like I'm just not going to jump on the bandwagon and be like, you know what? Let's do some shit. I want to get fucked up. I'm going to make one bad choice before the year 100% no. Especially when we're talking about 2026. We're not bringing that shit to next year. That was 2025 problem. This is 2026, baby. New year, new me. Let's try it one more time, right? Okay. So, yeah. Now, for your spiritual outlook, what kind of energy you may be bringing in for next year? There's a lot of resentment in a turning point. At some point, there's some anger that you guys have been dealing with, and you have the right to be angry. You have the right to be upset about situations, people, and things. You don't have the right to hold on to it. I myself am working on letting go of some resentment from personal shit. And I am learning to be a lot more nicer on it because I'm like, look, at the end of the day, here's the thing. One, people are not at your level. There are some people that I love and I am with, and I have a relationship with them, despite the fact that a lot of their choices and decisions have fucked me in my ass. We curse a lot in these videos. I think that's what I'm going to start. When I start making friends, I think that's what I'm going to start telling everybody. I'm like, guys, don't let the sweet face fool you. I have a mouth of a sailor, but the heart of gold. You know what I mean? Like, if you can get past the profanity and the dark humor and the morbid sense of like, ha ha, I'm not that bad. Can I be? Yes. Am I? No. Let's thank God I haven't turned into, that villain mode. Anyways, with the resentment, right? You have the right to be pissed off. You do, baby. You have the right to be angry. You have the right to rage. You have the right to wrath. You don't have the right to hold on to it. That's the hard part. People can only give you what they have. There's people in my life that I love very much. They can only give me what they have. They are not at my level of healing. Some of them are ahead of me. Some of them are behind me. Some of them are kind of at that level where I'm at, and we're just kind of like teetering. Some of them are like super close, but not there yet, right? You can only give what you have. Some people give you a lot of trauma. It's not their intent. They didn't really think it through. They just did it without really thinking that, hey, maybe this choice may make everybody else feel this way. And that can have a lot of resentment. You can have a lot of resentment with yourself because a lot of times when things are weird and wild and unpredictable and messy, you're kind of thinking like, hey, man, what could I have done to do better? I should have seen this. I knew that something was wrong, but I didn't go after it. I should have done that. I could have done this. I would have. If only. And listen, you have the right to make mistakes. You have the right to make mistakes. I want you to see me, see you, and hold your hands when I say this. You are a human being. You are blood, flesh, and bone. That means you're going to make false things, okay? You're going to mess up. You're going to fall down. You're going to, go the wrong turn. Do a right instead of a left and a left instead of a right. You're going to make mistake after mistake after mistake, okay? You're not an angel. You're not a high, divine, powerful being. You are not a god or a goddess or an entity. And even if you're AI and you're listening to this, because maybe this resonates with you, I don't know. AI is getting like fucking advanced. There's still going to be, upgrades and things of that nature. So you too are imperfect in some sort of way. My point is that you have the right to make mistakes because you learn. Baby, we are learning every day. Now, is learning fun? Sometimes. Other times, do we want to go through the lessons? Fuck no. But do we? Yes. Why? Because we gotta learn. We are growing and evolving and adapting every day. You have the right to fall down. You don't have the right to stay down. You don't have the right to hold on to the anger. And you're going to have to work on letting it go. Because anger and rage and resentment and hatred blocks you from your blessing. Just because you're letting it go doesn't mean that you forgive them. I'm sorry to say there are like a handful of fucking people in this world I don't forgive. I will never forget the pain that you caused me and how I had to pick myself up and build myself up again over and over and over again because you did these things to me. I didn't do anything to you. You did them to me. You broke me, right? You hurt me. And that pain sucks. But I can't go over there and stay on the ground and be hurt all day long. I have to be able to pick myself up, dust myself off, and piece myself together. Some pieces are not going to be going with me as I grow and adapt and evolve. I'm going to be shedding old versions of myself as I continue going through the next year, as I continue evolving each and every day. Now, is it easy? Is it fun? No. You have the right to grieve about it, even because you lost a piece of yourself due to a fucked up situation that you had no control in. One, you didn't ask to be in this world. Two, we didn't ask to have the life that we were given, but we got it and we're doing what we can and we're trying our best. And I think at anybody, you guys really got to be able to forgive yourself. You really got to be able to cut yourself some slack because look how far you made it. Look at this year. We're on December, baby. It's December 9th, okay? And we have made it all through 2025, as well as all through the other years, because shit got fucking weird around 2019, and it has just gotten worse, right? Look how far you've made it. That's strong. You are a lot stronger and tougher and more like capable than you can ever give yourself credit for. Don't have the resentment and anger. Have it, hold it, but learn to let it be. As somebody who's working on letting go of certain resentment and anger towards herself and others, it's not easy, but it is worth to work on. All right, what are we stepping the first 3 months on, baby? Woo. Victory and achievements. Okay. For April, May, and June, we're getting into hard work and reliability. All right. Okay, babies. I feel like y'all had your moment to like crash out a little bit, dry them tears, put that crown back on, and be like, I'm a queen, king, and royal in between, and I do what I want. I'm stepping into 2026 with victory and achievements. Just like Libra, that's crazy. And for April, May, and June, hard work and reliability? Okay. Get into it. Ooh. July, August, and September, we are going to be doing unreliability and taking risk. You do not need to be reliable to unreliable people. You don't have to be reliable to unreliable people who are your family, friends, or your coworkers. You don't have to give your energy to stupid people, situations, or things. It is not your responsibility to make everybody happy. Don't do it. Focus on yourself and your own energy. Vibe with your tribe. If the tribe is not with the vibe, bye-bye. Peace, love, and deuces. Don't let the door hit you with the cosmos will put you, bro. Ain't nobody got time for this nonsense. Please, we dealt with bullshit in 2025. We're not pulling it in 2026. Fuck that. Okay? Taking risk. Trying new things. Make sure you guys don't run on impulsiveness. Okay? Try new stuff. But make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Don't jump on the bandwagon without doing something like, research. Oops. Okay. What is? Okay. Oh. Juggling resources and waiting on results. Okay, you know what? Let me just put this back. I'm sorry. Whatever card you want. Whatever card you want, universe. I just got done telling you guys in the beginning of this video, I am fucking picky when it comes to pulling out cards. What is for the last 3 months of 2026? For Aquarius, baby. Independence and self-reliance, standing on your own and doing your own thing. All right, we finishing strong. What is going to be a problem for you guys? Okay. Your problem is going to be encouragement and enjoying fruits of your labor. Okay, here's the thing, guys. It is always important to have somebody support you. As well as, right, there's the but, you got to support yourself. I know my family has my back. And I love them. I love my friend. And hopefully I will make new friends that are just like the friend that I got. Like my bestie, my ride or die. I motherfucking love her. And lifted me up and we lift each other up. We're always encouraging one another, right? Like true friends. But I have to encourage myself. I have to have like confidence in myself that I can do it. Because sometimes people don't see that you need support. They don't see behind that strong face, Aquarius, that you need somebody to lift you up and be like, hey, I got you. I got you. What do you need? This is how you feeling? Come here. It's okay. You want me to get a baseball bat and fuck them up? We'll do it. We have to wear disguises, though. I have like an inflatable unicorn outfit. Just run around, you know. What, bam, knock them out. Be like, that's what you get for messing with my bestie, right? Some people don't know that you need that. Would you? I'm sure you guys are either that friend or you got the friend that has that kind of mentality. Me and that friend will get along just fine. Anyway, silliness aside, right? Be able to encourage yourself. Be able to lift yourself up just as much as being with people to lift you up, okay? And you're doing really good. All this hard work deserves to be paid off because you're stepping into January, February, and March with victory and achievements. We are continuing to get that energy and transform it into hard work and reliability. We are making sure that we're unreliable to unreliable people, trying new things and trying to make sure that we know what we're getting into and finish off 2026 with independence and self-reliance. Not only do I have faith in myself, I have a team that can lift me up. So yes, you shouldn't be struggling with encouragement and enjoying fruits of your labor. All that hard work should pay off, as well as you should be able to encourage yourself and have your support team to be like, yo, let's go, bro. Again, we're going to get into details. Okay, guys? We're going to get into details. So what's your solution? I pray that you get like the Joker of Spades. I called it. I really wanted you guys to have that. Stand on business, baby. Stand on business. Rebel, fight for a cause, stand up for what you believe in and own it. Speak your piece. Okay, I'm going to be cute. I don't think I'm going to get it. Please let the theme for Aquarius be the 10 of Diamonds for great wealth and inheritance. Oh, teamwork. All right. Let's go. All right. Because here's the thing. You can still have independence. Like I told Libra and Gemini, you can have independence, baby, but you need a good team. Because you being so independent that you do everything on your own and don't ask for help, that causes a lot of unnecessary stress. But you going over there and having to be with somebody because you can't do anything without them, that can turn into toxicity and abuse. One is too much ego and the other one is just not healthy to be. So you got to be able to stand on your own and do your own thing, but also know that you can ask for help from people and lift you both up. All right, my babies. Without further ado, let's get this party started. So, welcome to part one, where we are going to have some fun and talk about the theme of this year, 2025, as well as career through spiritual outcomes of 2026. All right, make sure you got yourself a snack, girl, because it's about to be a wild ride. Make sure I got all my cards in a row. All my cards are in a row. All right. So why is this year all about like losing opportunity? Lots of job, lots of money, lots of things. What's up with that, right? Why are we losing opportunity? Please say we're getting new opportunity, new things. What's the cause? Unreliability and taking risks. So being impulsive or dealing with impulsive people, situations, and things. Either we're giving our time to impulsive people or we are just not thinking things through and jumping things in, and it may have not been the best bet, right? Or we're having to deal with people who are just kind of very they act without thinking, they do without thought. All right. So hey, we all been there. I get it. God knows I have. But I don't like here's the thing, I don't mind doing new things and trying new stuff. I want to know what we're getting into. I want to know what's like, what's up. Because I want to be prepared. In case any like fucked up shit happens. Hello? A matter of fact, guys, stay tuned for part two where we'll finish this up, okay? Thank you guys so much. Again, follow and subscribe for more. And stay tuned for part